There are stories that are not loud. They don't scream or shout. They whisper, quietly, profoundly, shaping lives forever. This is one of those stories. Stay with us until the very end. You might just find a piece of yourself within it. Kelly had known loss longer than she had known love. Her mother died when she was just 3 years old, leaving a silent void in the little girl's heart. Her father, strong yet tender, became her world. She grew up wrapped in his gentle care, and as the years turned, the roles reversed. Kelly spent the last 3 years of his life caring for him as he battled a relentless illness. When he finally left her, Kelly found herself standing alone in a house full of memories and aching silence. Nothing tethered her there anymore. No reasons to stay. Only dreams yet to be lived. With a nursing degree finally in her hands, she seized the opportunity to accept a job offer in a small, almost forgotten town in South Carolina, a place charmingly named Clean Water. Before we dive deeper into Kelly's journey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like if you love touching love stories, and leave us a comment. What kind of romance would you love to see next? We create them just for you. Kelly rented a cozy room at Miss Dottie's Inn, a quaint bed and breakfast with wildflowers climbing the fences and the scent of cinnamon filling the air. The next morning, armed with hope and nerves, she reported to her new job. Expecting warmth, she was instead met with the chill of indifference. Dr. Joe Bredley, a tall man with tired eyes and an ironclad demeanor, simply said, "Your shift is from 8 to 4, or until the last patient is seen. This is your desk." No welcome, no smile, just cold efficiency. Kelly swallowed her disappointment. She smiled anyway and whispered, "Thank you." Days turned into weeks. Kelly tried everything to break the ice, bringing him coffee, fresh donuts, even brightening up the dull clinic entrance with flowers and soft pastel curtains. Yet, the distance between them remained, like a thick, invisible wall. One evening, after another long and disheartening day, Kelly found herself sitting at the timeless cafe, nursing a steaming cup of tea. Mr. William Tate, one of the town's oldest and kindest residents, sat across from her. "Mr. Tate," Kelly began hesitantly, "has Dr. Bredley always been this serious? So closed off?" The old man chuckled, a twinkle in his eye. "Oh, darling, Clean Water holds many stories. And you haven't heard them all yet. Bredley wasn't always like this." Intrigued, Kelly leaned closer. Mr. Tate sighed, his voice lowering. 4 years ago, Joe lived in California with his wife, Ella. She was the light of his life. They dreamed of a house full of children. Until one terrible day, she fell gravely ill. Despite all his knowledge, all his efforts, he couldn't save her. Joe's heart broke in ways that no one could see. And he's been carrying that invisible pain ever since. The words settled heavily in Kelly's heart. Suddenly, the man's coldness wasn't arrogance. It was grief. And so, her view of Dr. Bredley changed. She no longer saw a cold-hearted boss. She saw a wounded soul. Day by day, with kindness as her shield and patience as her sword, Kelly began to chip away at the walls around him. She involved him in patient care decisions, celebrated small victories, and gently brought laughter back into the sterile clinic. It was subtle at first, a softening in his gaze, a flicker of a smile he tried to hide. A shared laugh when a little boy declared Dr. Bredley's handwriting worse than my grandpa's. Then, one late afternoon, a furious storm descended upon clean water without warning. The streets flooded quickly, leaving Kelly and Dr. Bredley stranded inside the clinic. The power flickered and went out, cloaking them in an eerie semi-darkness. With no patients left and no escape possible, they sat across from each other, the tension thick. And yet, different this time. Joe for the first time spoke freely about Ella. About the dreams they had, the moments that slipped away, the guilt that gnawed at him still. His voice broke once, just once, and instinctively Kelly reached for his hand. That simple touch shattered the final wall between them. The rain kept pounding against the windows, drumming a rhythm that matched the nervous beat of Kelly's heart. In the soft candlelight, Joe's features looked different, less guarded, more real. "I couldn't save her," he whispered, his voice raw. "What good is a doctor who can't save the one person he loves most?" Kelly squeezed his hand a little tighter. "You loved her. You gave her everything. Sometimes love isn't about saving. Sometimes it's about holding on. Even after." For a long time he didn't answer. But when he finally met her gaze, there was a flicker of something long buried but not dead. Hope. That storm became a turning point. From that night on, something unseen yet powerful connected them. Their conversations deepened, smiles became more frequent, and somewhere between laughter and tears, between sorrow and new beginnings, an invisible love began to weave its delicate threads around their hearts. It wasn't quick. It wasn't easy. Joe fought it. Kelly doubted it. But love, real love, is patient. Waits. Heals. Months later, Clean Water witnessed something it hadn't seen in years. Dr. Bredley smiling openly as he and Kelly worked side by side, laughter echoing through the small clinic halls. They began spending weekends exploring nearby lakes, attending town fairs, and having long, soul-bearing conversations under the old oak tree behind the timeless cafe. And then, one golden autumn afternoon, Joe surprised her. At their favorite spot under the oak. He knelt clumsily, a ring glinting in his trembling hand. "I thought my heart had died with her," he said, voice shaking. "But you showed me it was only sleeping, waiting to beat again. If you'll have me, I want to build every dream we both ever had, together." Tears blurred Kelly's vision as she nodded, unable to find her voice. She simply fell into his arms where she knew, for the first time in her life, she was truly home. Their wedding was simple, just as they wanted. Friends, laughter, flowers picked from the wild fields nearby, and promises whispered between souls who knew the cost of love and its worth. Not long after, their miracle arrived. A beautiful baby boy named Noah. His first cries filled the walls of their home with the sweetest music they'd ever heard. And so, life blossomed anew. On a soft spring morning, the grass still damp with dew, Kelly and Joe found themselves chasing little Noah across the backyard. He wobbled and teetered, tiny arms outstretched, a bubble of pure laughter escaping his lips as he took his first steps toward them. Joe caught him just in time, sweeping him up in a whirl of joy. Kelly's laughter rang out, free and bright. Joe kissed her forehead, holding his little family close. "I used to think love was something you could see. Something obvious, Joe murmured, watching Noah's delighted squeals. But it isn't, is it? Sometimes love is invisible. Until you open your heart wide enough to feel it. Kelly smiled, her heart so full it felt like it might burst. No, she said softly. Love was always here. It just needed the right storm to set it free. As the sun climbed higher, painting their small world with golden light, Kelly realized that life had come full circle. She had lost, yes, but in losing, she had found a love deeper, quieter, stronger than she ever imagined. And it was only the beginning. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and leave us a comment. What kind of love story would you love to hear next? Your story could be our next inspiration. Until we meet again, may your heart always believe in second chances. See you in our next story.